शतजा परिप्लुत आदतायिनो मे प्रसवम् अभिससार प्रसवम् अभिससार मद्वदार्थम् स भवतु मे भगवान् गति मुकुन्दः स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः शीतविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः शतज परिप्लुत आततायिनो मे प्रसवम् अभिससार मद्वदार्थम् स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
शीतविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
शीतविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
परिप्लुत अततायिनो मे
शतज परिप्लुत आततायिनो मे
विससरामत्पिदार्थम्
प्रसवम् अभिससार मद्वदार्थम्
भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
शीताविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
शीतविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
शतजा परिप्लुत आततायिनो मे
शतज परिप्लुत आततायिनो मे
प्रसवम् अभिसार मद्वदार्थम्
प्रसवम् अभिससार मद्वदार्थम्
भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः. Anybody else?
शीताविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
शीतविशीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
विप्लुत आततायिनो मे
शतज परिप्लुत आततायिनो मे
विससार मद्वदार्थम्
प्रसवम् अभिससार मद्वदार्थम्
भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः. शीता sharp, vishika arrows, hata wounded by, vishirna damshaha scattered shield, shataja by wounds, pariplutaha smeared with blood, atatayinaha the great aggressor, may my prasabam in an angry mood, abhisasara began to move on, matvada artam for the purpose of killing me, saha he bhavatu may become may my Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Gatihi, destination, Mukundaha, who awards salvation. I hope you are all paying attention to each words. I'll ask you some questions. How many times my has come?
Two.
क्या कर देंगे? 2 times? Huh? How many times? Here also Matta has come, na? Huh? Me or my? Me or my?
You said my.
Yeah? So important is this, these are the last few words which Bhīṣmadeva is speaking, right? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Vai Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May He, Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, he charged me as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. Can you repeat the translation? May He,
He,
Lord Shri Krishna,
Lord Shri Krishna,
the personality of Godhead,
the personality of God,
who awards salvation,
who awards salvation,
be my
be my
ultimate destination.
ultimate destination.
On the battlefield, he charged me
He charged me
as if angry
if angry
because of the
because of the
wounds
wounds
dealt by my sharp arrows.
dealt by my sharp arrows.
His shield
His shield
was scattered
was scattered
and his body
and his body
was smeared
was smeared
with blood
with blood
due to the wounds.
through the wounds.
So here how many times came my or me? 3. This 3 is same as the same 3 in the translation, the word to word. If you take that 3 and this 3, if you combine, how many times me would have come, sir? Me or mine?
Six.
Huh? There are 2 common and 1 each not common. So 4. Okay? What are they? You have to understand. What are they? My sharp arrows and charged me. My ultimate destination. Here it is. Me Bhagavan Gatihi. My ultimate destination. Mat Vadartham. Purpose of killing me. Okay. Here it is. Here my. It can be used for Atatayinaha. Okay. As if I am the great aggressor. Or it can be my for Sita Vishaka Hataha. Okay. That's why we have to correlate carefully because the context is very, very important context. The context is that now Bhīṣmadeva is praising Lord or rather appealing to Lord. Right? He's not just praising Lord, he is appealing to the Lord that you are the Mukunda. You are the one who can award salvation. Okay. And how the devotee would be, in front of the Lord. Okay. Even though he had such a great rasa of exchange, he had. Right? Bhīṣmadeva had a great exchange of rasa he had. And how he is dealing with, at the time of leaving his body. This is very, very important. Let's read the purport. So let's read. So here again, okay, one exercise to all of you. Okay, those who are online also, I'll repeat again. So the exercise would be to identify some of the interesting adjectives or adverbs. Adverbs qualify an action, right? A verb, right? Adjectives qualify. Qualify what? Nouns and pronouns, right? So adjectives will qualify a particular thing, right? So I'm not necessarily expecting you to become an expert in grammar, but how do you see, for example, are interesting? Oh, okay. So the dealings of Lord Krishna and Bhīṣmadeva on battlefield of Kurukshetra are interesting. Oh, is it interesting? Okay, why? Because the activities of Lord Sri Krishna appear to be partial to Arjuna and at enmity with Bhīṣmadeva. Why they are interesting? No, we are interested with only that Krishna who is never crossed Vrindavan. So that another interpretation people will say, we are interested with that Krishna who never crossed Vrindavan. No, a pure devotee is interested with all kinds of activities of Lord Krishna because everything has so much of depth of, you know, meaning. It is like a great mine. So the pure devotees, what do they do? The pure devotees, Bodhayantam Parasparam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Right? They have no business uh, to maintain their business. Their only business is to just keep on discussing Lord's various activities. Goshti. Okay? They keep on liking to do the Goshti. So, because the word Kurukshetra has come, one nice pastime came in my head. Okay? Okay. One of the famous Alvars is King Kulashekara. Okay. So King Kulashekara was such a great Alvar that he was always in the ecstasy of Hanuman. Okay. He was always in the ecstasy of serving Ramachandra. He always wanted Ramayanam to be, chanted in the court. Okay. So one fine day in the court, okay, it was being communicated that, Sita Devi has been captured by Ravana and Ravana went off to Lanka. So he was in that great ecstasy of Hanuman. Where is my soldiers? Let's all go. Let's all go to chase. Let's raise the army. Let the army get ready. Let's go to Lanka to finish off Lanka like that. Then he was in that great ecstasy. All the ministers were in anxiety. What to do now? The king is saying that now all these soldiers have to go. The king's order has to be fulfilled. And so know what to do. So they were ready with the send the army. So then they will also send another fake army on the other side, which is their own army. And then they say, "Oh Lord, you not come. We have already defeated them." Oh, you have defeated them. Okay, then he was happy. He was in that separation. Oh, what happened to Sita Devi? Hmm? Such a great devotee was King Kulashekara. So one day, right, he has a lot of affection for the Vaishnavas. He has a lot of affection for the Vaishnavas. So sometimes he feels where, separation from them. So he calls all the Vaishnavas of Sri Rangam and I don't know where else they were, okay, to his court. Okay. So all the Vaishnavas, their only discussion is about Vishnu. So they all will be nicely discussing. And then he will tell them, no, you don't go back, you be here only. Okay, so that I will be happy. Okay, we're discussing with you all the great pastimes of the Lord. Okay, so like that, he would give them the direction. So now, slowly, now the ministers start seeing that, oh, this King Kulashekara is not giving time for us. Huh? Our jobs are pending, task list is increasing. Huh? King Kulashekara is becoming always in ecstasy of Ramachandra. What to do with our job? Okay, our task list is increasing. And who are the culprits? These Vaishnavas are the culprits. Huh? So they are simply discussing Krishna Katha. They are not doing anything else. Tushyanticha, Ramanticha, they are all happy. How can we see them so much happy? Hmm? So then the ministers make a ploy. Okay. And they will steal I think one of the abharanams or something like that of the temple. I don't know I don't remember the exact portion of the story here. Something they create a scene saying that, these Vaishnavas are here for money. Okay, they have stolen this particular ornament of the Lord. So then King Kurushekara had such a faith in the Vaishnavas, who have come over there. And he knows that, these ministers who are like karmis, they have no value for the Vaishnavas. And I think, if I'm not wrong, somebody can correct me if they know the story. Look at this portion of the story. That he says that, he will take poison and let us see, whether the Vaishnavas are right or this one is right. Something like that. And then finally, the ministers only come and pay obeisances and say that sorry, sorry, we only have done this thing like that. So later on, it becomes to know that, King Kulashekhara realizes that, so this is, enough of it. Okay, and then he leaves the kingdom with his daughter and then he goes to Srirangam and I think he passes on the kingdom to his son or something and then he leaves. Something like that happens. So the point I'm trying to say here is that the Lord's activities are so deep. Okay. Actually, right now, the way we are in at this point in time, okay, we have normally material way of understanding of things. Okay. You see the spectrum, see this kind of spectrum which is there. On one end of the extremity is materialism, right? Then on the other highest extreme is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya's interpretation of Rasa Tattva in each activity of Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu. Okay? So this is such an extreme spectrum we have. On one end is materialism, above materialism would be impersonalism, above materialism probably will be Mayavada, above Mayavada will be impersonalistic understanding, above impersonalistic understanding will be the yogic understanding, and above the yogic understanding would be the understanding of that you have a relationship with God, and not only just a relationship with God, you are just only praising, that is Shantarasa, then come to the Dasharasa. So then come all the acharyas like Sri Vaishnava acharyas, their elaboration of the Lord's leelas in one particular way. Then comes the higher and higher other acharyas like the Madhva and other traditions. Then comes the final thing about the Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas who analyze the same pastimes. They analyze the same pastimes from a very, very high standard of Rasa Tattva. I use the word rasa and tattva. In rasa, something happens. In tattva, it doesn't work. Correct? How can Mother Yashoda can chastise Krishna? So in tattva, not possible. But in rasa, it is possible. So, why in rasa, Krishna agrees to become subordinate to the devotees. So in the Madhva tradition, for instance, they cannot accommodate why Mother Yashoda has set aside Krishna, baby Krishna, and gone to take care of the milk. She is done wrong, they'll say. In some of the Madhva commentaries, they write like that. Some of the Acharyas, they write like that. But then the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have carefully analyzed and said, no, how can Yashoda Maya be wrong? She's a pure devotee. So means there is some leela of the Lord that has to be performed by the Lord. And hence she came under Yogamaya. So we have a concept of Yogamaya which is different from Mahamaya. So these are all the things, so much, intricate understandings of Lord Krishna from theological perspective, that is from the Tattva point of view, and also point of view of from the Melos or the Rasa point of view. Right? So the dealings of Lord Krishna and Bhīṣmadeva on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, moment the word comes, are interesting, we should just stand up. Oh, are interesting? Okay, fine. what is Prabhupada is trying to teach us. Hmm? Because the activities of Lord Krishna appear to be partial to Arjuna and at enmity with Bhīṣmadeva. Bhīṣmadeva was on the side of Adharma, so he has to be killed. Bhīṣmadeva did not do anything when Draupadi was coming and asking. He's in the Asat Sabha, so he has to be killed. Huh? And Krishna is coming and charging in front of Bhīṣmadeva to kill Bhīṣmadeva. Huh? Now at the time of death, okay, is Bhīṣmadeva remembering the enmity of Krishna or his apparent dealing of so-called enmity, but actually out of love is doing it. Right? So, but factually, okay, all this was especially meant to show special favor to Bhīṣmadeva. What is that additional, qualifying words? Special favor. It is not just a ordinary favor. Krishna is showing some special favor to Bhīṣmadeva, a great devotee of the Lord. So, who is Bhīṣmadeva? Is not an ordinary devotee of the Lord. He is a great devotee of the Lord. The astounding feature of such dealings is that a devotee can please the Lord by playing the part of an enemy. So, what is the great feature of this kind of a dealings is that if a devotee is a devotee, he can act as an enemy of the Lord also. And still, but he is not like enemy like that of a Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, when they were playing the part of an enemy, they were truly feeling like a Lord is enemy. They didn't know the Lord's greatness. Right? They didn't know the supreme nature of Lord. But Bhīṣmadeva perfectly knew. Right? Bhīṣmadeva perfectly knew Lord Krishna's position as a supreme personality of Godhead. He perfectly said all of those things to Duryodhana, right? We discussed, right? Huh? This is on the seventh day of the Kurukshetra. Huh? Bhīṣmadeva says clearly to Duryodhana, you are fighting with Lord Narayana, you will never win. This is a statement of Bhīṣmadeva is there. So Bhīṣmadeva is very much conscious of this fact. And he is on the side of the enemy. Right? So that's what I'm saying here. So Bhīṣmadeva, so that's why he's a Mahajana. That's why he's a Mahajana. Okay? So the astounding feature of such a dealings is that a devotee can please the Lord by playing the part of an enemy. Okay, now let's read on. The Lord being absolute. So here there are two commas. Lord is, who is he that Lord? The Lord is that Lord who is absolute Lord. Can accept service from his pure devotee even in the garb of an enemy. It really doesn't matter. Ahetuki apratihata. The way Lord interacts with his pure devotee is irrespective of the material circumstances. Okay? It is actually very, very, what you call, difficult circumstances for Bhīṣmadeva, right? He has to deal with all Avaishnavas. He is a Vaishnava leading the party of Avaishnavas. Huh? He has to have all Asat Sangha. Okay? Asat Sangha Char, a Vaishnavachar. But he has done opposite. he is associating with Kali personified, Duryodhana. Huh? And yet he has to be on the side of Dharma. Difficult, right? So that's what. So the Lord being absolute can accept service from his pure devotee, even in the garb of an enemy. The Supreme Lord cannot have any enemy, nor can a so-called enemy harm him because he is Ajita or unconquerable. When you feel intimidated, when you feel your existence is getting intimidated, then you will identify somebody as enemy. Lord will never identify anybody as enemy because nobody can conquer him. Some other fellow can think that he can conquer Lord, but Lord knows what is truth. Lord is always situated in the truth. So why he will have he will declare any person as enemy in first place? right? It just never work, right? So Lord can never have any enmity at all because he is truly unconquerable. Okay? And but still he takes pleasure when his pure devotee beats him like an enemy or rebukes him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. Okay? So just like, a father sometimes, accepts, his son beating him and showing that, oh, I got hurt, all those things like that, right? So, but still he takes pleasure when his pure devotee beats him like an enemy or rebukes him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. Huh? See, these things cannot be understood if you only have an understanding that Lord is great, Lord is Aishwarya Bhava. Huh? You cannot accept this kind of an understanding, right? In the other Vaishnava traditions, they cannot bring this kind of intimate understanding and appreciation of Lord's qualities. Huh? Lord takes a subordinate position. He still takes pleasure when his pure devotee beats him like an enemy or rebukes him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. So these are some of the transcendental dealings of the devotee with the Lord. Sorry, these are some of the transcendental reciprocatory dealings of the devotee with the Lord. So the Lord also reciprocates. The devotee also under the influence of the Yoga Maya also perfectly reciprocates the way the Lord wants the devotee to reciprocate. And those who have no information of pure devotional service cannot penetrate into the mystery of such dealings. Actually, these dealings are highly mysterious. Okay, it is not some simple mysticism like that of the yogis. Okay, it is highly confidential. Okay. जय जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय, श्री गौर निताय की जय. Okay, so unless we have information, now here now Prabhupada is not saying realization. Okay, please understand. Okay, Prabhupada is only saying information. And those who have no information of pure devotional service cannot penetrate into the mystery of such dealings. Remember, this is in the first canto. Prabhupada is not expecting us to become, great pure devotees to understand these things. If we have some information of what it is pure devotional service, huh, we can still penetrate to some extent the mystery of such transcendental dealings of the Lord. Bhīṣmadeva played the part of a valiant warrior, and he purposely pierced the body of the Lord so that to the common eyes it appeared that the Lord was wounded, but factually all this was to bewilder the non-devotees. Srila Madhvacharya says the word Asura Vimohana Leela. Okay, so there are certain Leelas of the Lord or of pure devotees which are meant to bewilder the Asuras. So when Lord Krishna, who has faced all the great warriors of the world, okay, and he was unaffected in the entire battle of Kurukshetra, how is that one simple hunter, when he has thrown his arrow on the feet of Lord Krishna apparently died? So that is called as Asura Vimohana Leela. So Madhvacharya, coins this word as Asura Vimohana Leela. So in the similarly here also Bhīṣmadeva is shooting at the arrows at the Krishna, and Krishna's body, blood is oozing out. Okay, this is to bewilder the non-devotees, not us. Okay, Lord's body is always all spiritual. The Lord's all spiritual body cannot be wounded, and a devotee cannot become the enemy of the Lord. Had it been so, Bhīṣmadeva would not have desired to have the very same Lord as the ultimate destination of his life. See, in one shloka, how Bhīṣmadeva is power packing all the internal transcendental mellows. Okay, he is shooting the Lord with arrows, sharp arrows, not which one? Vishika arrows, which are Shita, which are very, very sharp. And he's attacking whom? He's attacking Krishna. Huh? Anyway, Arjuna decided not to fight with Bhishmadeva with full energy. Okay. And now Krishna is trying to protect him. So shoot now Krishna now. Okay. Huh? So, but he's not doing it with the intention of Krishna is my enemy. Now, Krishna, now I want to see whether you will have your promise or you will take care of my promise. Okay? With that intention, he is shooting arrows on Krishna. Right? So, Bhishma Deva would, if he had enmity, why Bhishma Deva will be thinking that, Me Bhagavan Mukundaha. He is addressing Lord as what? Not Mukunda. My Lord Mukunda. Me Bhagavan, my Lord Mukunda. Right? Huh? Bhishmadeva would not have desired to have. Okay. Had Bhishmadeva been an enemy of the Lord, Lord Krishna could have annihilated him without even moving. Correct? Huh? Lord Krishna does not require anything, right? Just 1 second, he can make a huge thunderstorm to come, whatever. There would have been no need to come before Bhishmadeva with blood and wounds. Okay? But he did so because the warrior devotee wanted to see the transcendental beauty of the Lord decorated with wounds created by a pure devotee. See, that's another reciprocation. Now, how a warrior sees, huh? Okay, that warrior sees that other warrior is also wounded. Okay, now he's coming and attacking. So that is that's the Kshatriya mindset, mentality. Okay, this is the way of, you see again, how Prabhupada has summarized. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa or relations between the Lord and the servitor. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa or relations between the Lord and the servitor. So means what? Now, if you want to appreciate any leelas of the Lord, you have to, immerse yourself, get into the shoes of both the devotee and the Lord. Then we'll be able to appreciate better the Lord's leelas to an extent. By such dealings, both the Lord and the devotee become glorified in their respective positions. So if you are in the respective positions of the devotee and the Lord, you would be able to glorify them wonderfully. You will be able to appreciate the dealings very wonderfully. The Lord was so angry that Arjuna checked him when he was moving towards Bhīṣmadeva. But in spite of Arjuna's checking, he proceeded towards Bhīṣmadeva as a lover goes to a lover without caring for hindrances. Okay, so now this is another very interesting aspect. I will describe the scene. Huh?
Two lovers.
No, I'll describe the scene now. Okay, what was happening? Now, Krishna became very angry. Arjuna is not listening to him. Okay. Now he has to protect Arjuna. Okay. Now what Krishna has done? He jumped. He left the, the whip and the whatever that, that horses that ropes, that reins. He left the reins and he left the whip, and then he came down. He took one of the wheel. Okay, and he started charging. Then Arjuna immediately saw, oh, Krishna is doing this. Huh? And so now, see, they are at what distance? They're at a distance of throwing arrows to each other. They're not nearby. Okay. So one arrow to hit the other arrow is minimum 100 meters. Okay. I studied one of the Mongol time, I went back, it's the 12th century, how the wars were happening. to understand, at what distance the arrows will be shot and all of those things. Okay. So at 100-meter distance, imagine, okay, the arrows are being shot. Volleys of arrows are coming on either sides. Okay. So at that instance, now Krishna is running. Okay. Now Arjuna is holding Krishna's leg. Okay. And who is Arjuna? He even defeated Lord Shiva. Okay. Such energy he has, such power he has. And he didn't want Krishna to break his promise. Huh? Arjuna didn't want Krishna to break his promise. And he is holding one leg of Krishna. Okay. And Krishna is dragging Arjuna also. Huh? Krishna is dragging even Arjuna also. That entire 100 meters, Krishna is now going. Okay. Hmm? At such a speed. Okay. So he was moving towards Bhīṣmadeva. But in spite of Arjuna's checking, he proceeded towards Bhīṣmadeva as a lover goes to a lover without caring for hindrances. Okay? He wants to do what? And he wants to kill that lover. Apparently, his determination was to kill Bhīṣmadeva. But factually, it was to please him, a great devotee of the Lord. The Lord is undoubtedly the deliverer of all conditioned souls. See, suddenly you see how Prabhupada came from pure devotion, suddenly came to talk to us. Okay. The Lord is undoubtedly the deliverer of all conditioned souls. The impersonalists desire salvation from Him, and He always awards them according to their aspiration. But here, Bhīṣmadeva prays that the ultimate destination of his life be the Lord in his personal feature. All pure devotees aspire for this. So, why are we doing this exercise of trying to understand the intimate leelas of the Lord with his devotees? Why are we doing all of this? Why are we doing all of this kind of a studying in a very deep manner to learn those qualities?
To appreciate even conflicting kind of
To appreciate even conflicting kind of situations.
establish the Lord is a person.
Okay, great, good point. To establish Lord is a person. Great, good. What else? I have to- Janma karma cha me divyam. Okay, so?
So the Lord and Lord's activities
Hmm.
are transcendental.
Hmm.
Whatever it is
Hmm.
transcendental.
Hmm.
And the end result for us, there is an outcome for us that
Hmm.
we get liberated, of course, like to be with his destination in life.
Correct. So for the ultimate paramam gatihi, okay? So Bhīṣmadeva was focusing on these kind of beautiful leelas. Okay? Apparent contradictions are not contradictions, they are actually for a particular exchange, particular loving exchange of the Lord. Okay, how Lord is unlimited. Any other interpretations online, devotees who are there online?
See, so, and also
Hmm.
in a public setting, he is still having a private exchange with his devotees.
Hmm.
So public setting.
It's a
like-
public setting. Hmm.
Like with Bhīṣmadeva or with Arjuna or with
So many Duryodhana, so many party are there. Extremes are there, right, on the either side, right? So there are great devotees are there. There are great enemies are there, or not. I mean, great asuras are there. Right? Or asuric mentality people are there, right? How Lord, interacts with each different living entities in the same activity. That much we can also analyze actually.
It's a real conflict because one devotee wants the Lord not to break the promise.
Huh.
There is another devotee who you have to break your promise.
but in this, one of them only won actually. Only Arjuna won in this.
Huh? No, Bhīṣmadeva won here.
Vishwadeva won.
Oh,
He took the
Because
he didn't use it. He
he
took the
used
weapon.
it. No, if he had used, then Bhīṣmadeva would have.
No, he only says, I will make him take the.
No, what did Arjuna do? He slowed the path of space of Krishna.
Hmm.
Okay. Huh? And in that meantime, what has happened? Huh? The time for evening has come. So you cannot use any more weapons.
God shows the right timing.
So Arjuna also has to win, Bhishma also has to win. How we are?
That been interesting if two devotees, have a conflicting thing. See, this is Lord's promise. But if it is two devotees, their own promises, then what Lord would have done?
Huh? Both are Lord's promises. Both are devotee. Acha, acha, acha. You see, Lord's promise to protect devotee. Okay. And the other one is the promise of the another devotee. But now when Lord want to break his own promise,
He is willing to do that. I'm
no,
saying.
no, he's willing, but the devotee doesn't want. That has become devotee's desire now. Yeah? Like that.
With that, the day ended.
Huh?
With that, the day got over.
They got over.
Maybe Bhīṣmadeva wanted to be already known.
So now I will take you to the next verse, much more interesting.
Back to this word-to-word translation, Prabhu.
Sorry?
The earlier. He Ata Tainaha, right? The great aggressor. Bhishma
Bhishma is an Agatataina. He's an aggressor, right? An aggressor can be
So
killed.
there are two ways, because the word great can be, aggressor is understood, but when Bhishma thinks that I'm a great aggressor, it can be interpreted in two ways. One is great, I'm a great person, so that's more a personal glorification. The second is great aggression means, even any aggression towards the Lord, even small act is supposed to be not good. When you are,
I'm a great offender.
Like this, great offender, yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm a great offender to you. That's why you come to kill me.
So
Okay.
which is the way we have to take it.
See, that's what, so that's, you understand now how much we can analyze the Lord's pastimes in such a nice, interesting way. And not only analyze this in this way, we should also reflect whether any other acharyas have told that my reflection is right or wrong. Because again, we have to be well within the boundaries of the, what you call philosophical speculation, right? So we have to be careful. There's so much depth is there, but again, we have to again corroborate. Corroborate. Okay. So now we have this mindset. Now let's read this wonderful part. Another next sloka. Vijayarata kutumba ata totre drutahaya rashmini tat Shriyakshaniye Bhagavati Ratirastu me mumurshor yam iha niriksha hata gata swarupam. Vijaya, let's repeat, Vijaya, Arjuna, Rata, chariot, Kutumbe, the object of protection at all risk. What is normally Kutumba means? Family. Okay. Ata totre, with a whip in the right hand. Dhrutahaya, controlling the horses. Rashmini, ropes. Tatsriya, beautifully standing. Ikshaniya, to look at. Iksha means sa ikshata, sa asujata, just looking, right? Bhagavati, unto the personality of Godhead. Ratihi astu, let my attraction be. May my mumursho, one who is about to die. Yam, upon whom. Iha, in this world. Nirikshya, by looking. Hatah, those who died. Gatah, attained. Swarupam, original form. Translation purport by His Divine Grace. Abhay Sarunarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. At the moment of death,
At the moment,
let my ultimate attraction be to Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon Arjuna's chariot driver, who stood with a whip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, and who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. Can you repeat the translation? At the moment of death,
at the moment of death,
let my ultimate attraction be
let my ultimate attraction be
to Sri Krishna,
to Sri Krishna,
the personality of Godhead.
the personality of Godhead.
I concentrate my mind
I concentrate my mind
upon Arjuna's chariot driver,
upon Arjuna's chariot driver,
who stood
who stood
with a whip
with a whip
in his right
in
hand
his right
and a bridle rope
hand,
in his left,
in his left,
and who was very careful
and was very careful
to give protection
to give protection
to Arjuna's chariot
to Arjuna's chariot
by all means.
by all means.
Those who saw him
Those who saw him
on the battlefield of Kurukshetra
on the battlefield of Kurukshetra
attained their original forms
attained their original forms
after death.
after death.
So here the word used is Kutumba. Okay. How a Ratha can be Kutumba, yaar? How a chariot can be Kutumba? Okay, Arjuna is Kutumba of Krishna means understandable, family. Right? How Ratha can be the Kutumba of Arjuna? So hence, Prabhupada's word-to-word meaning is appropriate. The object of protection at all risks. You know, I went to so many dictionaries to search how Kutumba can be this one. Okay, what is the etymological split of the word Kutumba? Okay, where what is the what you call mm, dhatu? What is the dhatu? I went to the depth of it. I was not able to understand. Then I added the word. Okay, Vijay Ratha Kutumbe. When Ratha comes, chariot. Okay, so it means what? What Prabhupada is saying is right. Okay, otherwise it doesn't make sense for the word Vijay Ratha Kutumba. Okay. So he made all arrangements. Krishna made all arrangements very carefully to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. So now, what is now Bhīṣmadeva is doing? Okay, Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. Okay, concentration is Dharana. He is concentrating. Ratiha Astu. No, but this concentration is not the concentration of that of the normal yogis. His concentration is with Ratihi. After Nishta Bhakti comes Tata Sakti, no Tata Rati, right? Rati, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. Right? So the word Rati is used. Let my attraction be. Right? So it is not just a normal concentration of dharana which the yogis do. So it is a thing which is imbued with that feelings. Previous verse was about he is appreciating how Lord has appreciated my dealings which are having dual meanings. Right? All different kind of meanings are there in that apparent interactions. So, but Lord has did not care for what others interpret, whether other interpret Krishna as taking the wheel to kill Bhīṣmadeva because Bhīṣmadeva was an Atatayana, he's an aggressor. Bhīṣmadeva did ABCD so many things. No, not because of that. Okay, so having appreciated those wonderful things, now what is Bhīṣmadeva doing? He is concentrating on that beautiful form of Lord Krishna who is standing. See, Arjuna was behind Krishna. He cannot see that Parthasarathi form. Arjuna was behind Krishna. So he couldn't see the Parthasarathi form. But whereas Bhīṣmadeva saw that. So that beautiful form he is now remembering. Purport. A pure devotee of the Lord constantly sees the presence of the Lord within himself because of being transcendentally related by loving service. Huh? The Lord is there within his heart. So the pure devotee is constantly seeing the Lord in the heart. Such a pure devotee cannot forget the Lord for a moment. Okay? Only a pure devotee writes these kind of purports, we can understand that as it is. If some other person writes, he cannot write like this. Hmm? Only a pure devotee can say, a pure devotee cannot forget the Lord for a moment. This is called trance. The mystic yogi tries to concentrate upon the super soul by restraining the senses from all other engagements, and thus he ultimately attains samadhi. Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. So, a mystic yogi tries to concentrate dharana upon the super soul by restraining the senses from all other engagements. Okay? And thus he ultimately attains samadhi. Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. A devotee more easily attains samadhi or trance by constantly remembering the Lord's personal feature along with his holy name, fame, pastimes, etc. Now Prabhupada is saying a devotee means for us. A devotee more easily attains samadhi or trance by constantly remembering the Lord's personal feature along with his holy name, fame, pastimes, etc. Therefore, the concentration of the mystic yogi and that of the devotee are not on the same level. The dharana of the devotee is not just out of fear of sense objects. Hey, not me, not me, not the senses. He doesn't have any fear. He is having himself filled with Lord's activities, Lord's name, Lord's pastimes. Therefore, the concentration of the mystic yogi and that of the devotee are not on the same level. The concentration of the mystic yogi is mechanical, whereas that of the pure devotee is natural in pure love and spontaneous affection. Why it is mechanical?
Lot of self-effort is there from the yogi.
Just because it is self-effort, you mean to say it is mechanical?
No, it is actually repetitive. There is no variation. One way of looking at it is that you are seeing only the form of the Lord, you are continuously seeing. Whereas a devotee, all kinds of activities, everything is, remembrance of the Lord. So that is one way of looking at it.
And the devotee also participates. It is reciprocation.
I'm just still in the yogi level.
Now, yogi level, there is no reciprocation. No, the Lord is there, person feels trance, but it is still more internal.
Still further, I wanted you all to
It does.
reflect on why the word mechanical is being used. Mechanical seems to be very, very gross, right?
It is very forceful.
Sorry?
Very forceful.
One second, I'll change the speakers to. Can you repeat?
It is very forceful, bro.
It is forceful. Okay. You're coming closer, but
No
I wanted you
emotion.
all to
That's what,
reflect.
No emotion. See,
No emotions.
only
All these are all right. All these are all right. Okay.
mechanical means no emotion. Actually.
Mechanical means no emotion, right? But do you think the super soul, whom the yogi is trying to concentrate, will not reciprocate?
No, there will be some reciprocation for sure.
So then why the
But,
word mechanical is used?
No, it is not a 0-1. It could be the order could be
It's
very
mechanical, but the outcome is just one, which is the feeling of trance.
Huh.
Now, there are so many rasas that you can experience when you deal with the Lord. Whereas for the yogi, it is just that. It stops with that. Because he is not seeing the Lord beyond the fact that, okay, there is a supreme person. It stops there. The
Okay.
experience also stops with that.
Okay, you're all right. I'll just bring one element, okay, which I just heard. 3 days back in Stoka Maharaja's class, I heard. Very interesting. The material laws are both objective and subjective. the material laws are objective insofar as how some matter is being moved or whatever, right? How the matter is moved is objectively happening to the object. No, there is a subject who is seeing the object. That is the living entity. The living entity is seeing that particular object, and thus the laws which the material laws are also not acting only on the object, they're also acting on the subject in terms of gunas, in terms of influence of the gunas, so many things, right? Huh? So when the yogi is trying to concentrate, his senses are all bothering him, right? His senses are all bothering him. What is meant by senses are bothering him? He is a subject, okay? On him, the influence of the senses in terms of gunas are all pushing onto him. Huh? He is trying to, set aside those influences of the senses, and this is all very mechanical. Even though there are subjective laws, even though there are objective laws of how the material laws are working, how the Maya Devi is working, hmm, it becomes very mechanical. As you all said, it is repetitive. It is all like, there is no understanding of the relationship of the Lord, no understanding of the fact that in my sense control, Lord is coming and helping me. In my struggles, Lord is coming and helping me. All these kind of understandings are not there of that of yogi, and hence it becomes mechanical. In the case of a devotee, he is struggling to control his senses. Then that struggle also he is inviting Lord's presence, invoking, saying that, "Oh Lord, I am not able to do." Okay, huh? He will try to surrender. Huh? In he or she tries to surrender in all of his activities, right? Where he is trying to struggle with his senses, trying to struggle with his mind, trying to struggle with his all of these things. But in the case of a yogi, it is purely mechanical. So that's the difference between the way devotee concentrates and the way yogi concentrates. Bhīṣmadeva was a pure devotee. So he parked this particular thought for a while. We'll again come back to the thought of, our concentration, that of a this thing, right? Now, not only that of a concentration of a devotee, pure devotee, and concentration of a devotee, how it will be different, we will discuss this little later. Bhīṣmadeva was a pure devotee, and as a military marshal, he constantly remembered the battlefield feature of the Lord as Parthasarathi, the chariot driver of Arjuna. Therefore, the Lord's pastime as Parthasarathi is also eternal. Okay? The pastimes of the Lord, beginning from his birth at the prison house of Kamsa up to the Mausala Leela at the end, all move one after another in all the universes, just as the clock hand moves from one point to another. Have you understood this? What did we understand?
It is continuously happening. It may be happening today here, another universe. Continuously, it is happening.
So, there is
same Parthasarathi.
So, correct. So,
continuously.
now,
It's also mechanical.
huh? I didn't analyze like this. Okay, let's see that. Okay. Yeah. So there is a second, that the second hand is there, no, which moves, right? So there is a second hand which has moved now. Huh? Arjuna has shot an arrow. Now in some other universe, Arjuna's arrow is still in the bow only. In some other universe, Arjuna is about to take the arrow from his whatever that quiver, right? Like that I'm saying. So these pastimes, we think it is over. No, it's not over. It is there somewhere else. It's happening. So as a clock, the Lord's leelas are eternal. Okay. So are they mechanical? Why? It seems to be always happening, no?
There could be a variation.
Huh?
Be a variation.
Even though Lord's activities are repeating in nature, the way the devotees will, consume Lord's pastimes is it is always fresh. It is always fresh. So that's how it is. Lord's leelas are. Even though there seems to be apparently repeating. Okay, but yes, in all the universes there will be different variations also could be there possible. And in such pastimes, his associates like the Pandavas and Bhishma are constant eternal companions. Once I made one calculation, tried to make one calculation. How many universes could be there? Okay. How many years Krishna has enacted pastimes in this Leela, in this world? 125 years. 125 years into number of years, into number of months, into number of days, into number of hours, into number of minutes, into number of seconds. I made one calculation. Then suddenly one devotee told me, hey Haribol, how is it not possible? In 1 second, Lord cannot be there in two universes. Okay, my calculation is gone for a spin.
That is it's not. When you time unit, 1 minute below that 1 second, within that go to the next level. So as you said, is it going to be Lord, end to end 125 in one universe and again you start, or it could be like running parallelly.
Yeah.
Like
So don't be afraid of analyzing the Lord's Leelas. I'm trying to say. Analyze, but then you be understand that you should have humility. You should ask questions. Huh? So Bhīṣmadeva never forgot the beautiful feature of the Lord as Parthasarathi, which even Arjuna could not see. So now what is now Prabhupada is glorifying the position of Bhīṣmadeva is that for eternity Bhīṣmadeva is constantly remembering Parthasarathi feature of Lord Krishna. Arjuna was behind the beautiful Parthasarathi, while Bhishmadeva was just in front of the Lord. As far as the military feature of the Lord is concerned, Bhishmadeva observed this with more relish than Arjuna, because Arjuna couldn't see. Right? All the soldiers. So this is now done. Leela of Bhishmadeva, Arjuna, Krishna done. Now next come to the hours. All the soldiers and other persons on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained the original spiritual forms after their death because by the causeless mercy of the Lord they were able to see him face to face on that occasion. It could mean two things. That all the soldiers who died in front of Krishna, they saw Krishna and hence they attained. What did they attain? Their original spiritual forms. Or it could also mean that when they are dying, all the soldiers, Lord showed his form. Because the Lord is causeless mercy means it can be anything. It can be both. The conditioned souls rotating in the evolutionary cycle from the aquatics up to the form of Brahma are all in the form of Maya or the form obtained by one's own actions and awarded by material nature. The material forms of the conditioned souls are all foreign dresses. And when the conditioned soul becomes liberated from the clutches of material energy, he attains his original spiritual form like the Lord's. See how merciful is Lord Krishna? The soldiers who came to fight there, they didn't ask for it, but Lord gave. The impersonalist wants to attain the impersonal Brahman effulgence of the Lord, but that is not at all congenial to the living sparks, parts and parcels of the Lord. Therefore, the impersonalists again fall down and get material forms, which are all false to the spirituals, to the spirit soul. Imagine if there is one impersonalist in front of the Lord in the Kurukshetra. Now he is getting his spiritual form, but there still he is having impersonal idea. He again fall down.
But does it mean a person like Duryodhana also got the spiritual form?
Could be. Because he also died in front of Krishna. He is seeing Krishna. Maybe that's the reason why he is not come in the next life as Madhvacharya. I stand corrected. Last time I told, no? I'll talk about it. Huh? A spiritual form like the Lord's, either two-handed or four-handed, is attained by the devotees of the Lord, either in the Vaikunthas or in the Goloka planet, according to the original nature of the soul. This form, which is 10% spiritual, is a swarupa of the living being, and all the living beings who participated on the battlefield of Kurukshetra on both sides attained their swarupa as confirmed by Bhīṣmadeva. So Lord Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, was not merciful only to the Pandavas, he was also merciful to the other parties because all of them attained the same result. Bhishmadeva wanted the same facility also. Now came personal prayer of Bhishmadeva. Oh Lord, you have been merciful to so many people. Okay, they're all maybe on the side of enemies. Now I am actually your devotee. Oh, please be merciful unto me. Every time we cannot have mercy as our right. We cannot seek mercy of the Lord as right. Huh? Once we become devotees, we be in the what you call a so-called false ego of a so-called devotee. We start thinking that mercy is also right. No, mercy can never be right. Mercy is always causeless. Hmm? Bhishmadeva wanted the same facility also, and that was his prayer to the Lord. Although his position as an associate of the Lord is assured in all circumstances. He is an associate of the Lord. In that way, he is assured in all circumstances to be always an associate of the Lord, but still he has prayed for the causeless mercy of the Lord. The conclusion is that whoever dies looking on the personality of Godhead, within or without, attains his Swarupa, which is the highest perfection of life. So, somebody who is looking at the Lord in the heart within, okay, he also attains his Swarupa. Somebody who is seeing the Lord outside, okay, he also attains his Swarupa. So, now what is the lesson of us? What is our lesson? Okay, we understood very nice, it is very nice to analyze the wonderful leelas of the Lord like that. So what is the life lesson we have here? Before we transition to the next verse, from the next verse, it will be different. Okay, there's a very powerful lesson out of this for all of us, as those who are wanting to become, great devotee, pure devotee of the Lord. There's a beautiful, important lesson here.
The same facilities are available for us also. So Krishna is not.
Yes, facilities available. Krishna is not just partial to his only pure devotees. He is also accommodative to even to the other enemies. Means he is also accommodating of me. Great. What else?
Single-minded focus on the Lord.
Single-minded focus on the Lord. Great. How do you get that?
Basically, we meditate on the Lord is pastimes, so as much as possible, you try and remember that.
Okay.
That will
Okay.
enable you to.
Okay. We have to remember the Lord's pastimes and the leelas.
And by engaging in activities for the Lord.
By engaging in the activities of the Lord. Namita Mataji has raised her hands for asking a question. Okay. I'm not going to give the time till the time I finish this answer, get the answer. Yes, Mataji, you want to give an answer or you want to ask question?
Prabhu, question was about the previous thing. I'll ask that after this particular section is over. That was about the previous thing about eternal associates of the Lord. For now, the answer is also focus on the Lord is by chanting and hearing. That constant focus will be there if we keep chanting and hearing, because Nama Prabhu is no different than the Lord himself.
Okay, chanting and hearing is also good. I agree, yes. I still want a better answer. Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. So what do we have to do? We have to worship Prabhupada or read his books?
We need to follow his footsteps.
We need to follow his footsteps. What footsteps we have to follow now? Tell me, please. Generic answer.
Simple Prabhu. He wanted to please his spiritual master. As he is our spiritual master, we need to please him.
Okay, we need to please him. Yes, Yasya Prasada, Bhagavad Prasada, Yasya Prasada, Gadakatopi. Yes, that's very important point. I agree. You cannot just let it go to the Lord. Okay. So now what did Bhīṣmadeva do when he is about to leave the world? What are the last 3-4 verses? Reflect on the last 3-4 verses. Who is Bhīṣmadeva's guru? Parshurama. Right? Parshurama taught him. What did he think?
He is praying to the Lord actually.
Hmm.
He is praying to the Lord to show mercy.
Yes.
Even though he may be, he is your devotee, he knows it also. But I think he still is wanting the Lord to be merciful. He is the desire. I want to see the Lord. I think that's how it started. And then he is saying that eventually he is requesting for the mercy of the Lord.
He is requesting for the mercy of the Lord. Good. It's all right. All are right. I'm still trying to get a higher, better answer. Anybody from online would like to make an attempt? These are all, interesting things definitely from relishing point of view. There's one more layer of relish which we also need to have a look at. Okay.
We don't know which rasa we are in, probably.
Obviously, we don't have that.
Rasa, so we do service, I think, as
Correct.
said.
No, not only that, so long we are not crossed the Baba stage, okay, the spiritual master in this world, when we are there, till the time of Jivan Mukta stage, what is the rasa the spiritual master, Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya or spiritual master will do? He'll teach us only in the Dasya Bhavana. Okay. Only in the later stages from the Bhava and above, we will be trained in the other mellows. That's a different point. I'm not talking about that. Now I'm talking about something which is what we need to do. Arey, we are all Kanishta Adhikaris here. Come on. Right? We have a long journey to do, but at the time of when we are about to die, what we have to do?
Have faith in the Lord.
Have faith in the Lord. Great, yes. Don't be too much anxious. Wonderful. Mind will tell you what's happening, trying to protect your body. क्या protect करेगा यार तुम? ठीक है, fine. Fine. What else?
Leave eye. Leave eye.
Leave the eye. Did Bhishma left his eye?
Eye in the ayam.
I given a big clue to all of you now.
Eye.
I have given a very big clue to all of you. Ravishnu Prabhu said, you should leave the eye. I asked, did Bhīṣmadeva give up his eye?
No, he said me, my.
He said me, my. That's what I said. Beginning of the previous verse, I said, no, me, my. I asked you to focus, right?
If you are asking for mercy, that means he is powerful, you need his mercy. You are a servant.
Prabhu, ask for service, whichever, wherever the Lord decides to place you. Whether he liberates you or not, that is not essential. Be his dasa forever.
Yes, all these are right answers only. I'm still trying to get a better answer. All these are right answers only. There's no doubt about it. So this is where, many times even Madhu Pandit Prabhu also tells us in the classes. Okay? You think that you don't have any reciprocation with the Lord and hence you are still chanting all these years? You're practicing Krishna consciousness without any kind of reciprocation from the Lord?
Reciprocation is there.
You had in your own small ways. You had your reciprocations. You had reciprocations with the Lord. You had reciprocations with Prabhupada. All of those things we should reminisce. Not from the point of view of, oh, I had a great, interaction with Lord yesterday night, Not to prove yourself you're great. Prove yourself as a worthless fellow. But yet, Lord has put in this useless fellow's heart, life, his hand. The Lord of the multiple universes has mercifully agreed to put his hand in my small life and glorify his mercy. I am actually not qualified. When you are asking mercy, what you should do? You should glorify his mercy. What did Bhīṣmadeva do? He has glorified the mercy of Lord Krishna to even to the soldiers, ordinary soldiers. Okay. Now I have come to you, I have attacked you as an aggressor. Okay. Don't please mind those things. Okay. Please grant me, moksha. Yeah, please grant me this thing. Okay. So now if you are in front of the judge, you'll be helpless. Whatever the judge decides, okay, you are helpless. Right? You should remember that situation. Okay. And no one can understand what is going in Lord's mind. Even Brahma tried, failed. Huh? So we cannot try in that way. We only have to be in the humble position of what is the what is that? What is that? In the 6 principles of surrender, what are the 6 principles of surrender? One of them is what? What is that? Don't remember it immediately here. That 6 principles of surrender, what is the Sanskrit? No, all cool is same. No, those are all there. Writings of the past acharyas, Bhaktivinoda Thakura, Sharanagati book, introductory song.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, accepting favorable things, rejecting unfavorable things.
The word is
Believing in
dainya.
product.
Dainya. Dainya. Dainya in Sanskrit is it's like that the position is that of a uh, Dalita. The word Dalita comes from Dalit, means suppressed. Suppressed. Somebody will stamp on you. Okay. So that is the kind of one should feel that, oh Lord, I am actually nothing. I am supposed to be. I cannot get mercy at all. Actually speaking, any which way I cannot get. I am not at all eligible to get this mercy of yours. But still, I am begging like that. So that kind of a feelings one has to actually, work on. These are the feelings which cannot come artificially at the time of death. All throughout your life, you are thinking the doer, doer, doer. What will come at the time of death? The doership only will come. Like that. Yeah. So with that, I would like to conclude. So basically, what I'm trying to say is we have to reflect on how Lord has put His hand in our life. That we have to constantly reflect upon. Okay? And how He has protected you, how He has cared for you, maintained you. All of those things we have to reflect upon. Yeah. Anybody has questions now? Namita Mataji raised hand 20 minutes back.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, on the battlefield, like Lord's eternal associates are always with him in all his leelas, in all the universes, whether they are going on, whether the battle is going on parallelly or it ends at in one universe and then starts in the other. So that is, we don't know. But what about the so many soldiers who died? Now, are they different in different planets? So other jivas are also getting mercy of the Lord
Yeah,
in different universes, or yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So this prerogative is only for the associates of the Lord Mataji.
Yes.
When Lord is coming down to the material world, okay, only the personal associates of the Lord will be coming down. But whereas in the case of other living entities, it could be as Lord's enemies also, and it also can be like assistants of the associates of the Lord. Like say, when we become Jivan Mukta, once we get liberated from this world, we'll not go back to spiritual world immediately. Right? Wherever Lord is doing his Bhauma Vrindavana Leela, Okay, the gopis and the gopas, they all come down. Then there will be, some of the living entities who have become Jivan Mukta. They will again take birth there. There they will get trained further in the understanding the rasa tattva, the rasa and aspects and all of those things. Once there, the training is perfected, then they become completely situated in this prema, then they go back to the spiritual world, right? So what does it mean? So many living entities are there. Billions and millions of living entities are there. So they all have to be corrected. Only associates only will come down, personal associate. Preshtas.
So this is the mercy of the Lord by killing all the other soldiers and the
Yeah.
in different universes, many other jivas are getting the benefit. Not
Yes.
only yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Yes. Once I'm not exactly able to recollect. I think Stoka Maharaja told or something. I don't remember exactly. I can stand corrected. So it is said in the Kurukshetra war, many living entities have got liberated. Or some places it is what said they got their spiritual forms. So somewhere else I have heard this. Shivat Prabhu, you can correct me. I don't know if you have read that in that way. But I vaguely remember this in one of the conversations. I think Maharaj said this, I think. That, see, then the question comes, if I am not desiring to go to spiritual world, God has made me to go to spiritual world, is it? So, one understanding I got at that time was, I maybe again stand corrected on this, is Lord, when He is seeing, the Kala has no limitation. Means what? When the person now is fully free to desire what he wants to do. A person in Kurukshetra war, he died in seeing the Lord's personal form. Okay. So, Kala karma will not limit anymore. Now the person wants to become Indra. Okay, chalo. If the person wants to get liberated, chalo. So that is one understanding I got. I maybe I can stand corrected, but
if you are seeing the Lord,
and I say again, somewhere else, one more statement is all the people in the Kurukshetra war also received this mercy. Everywhere Krishna was not there. Krishna was only with Arjuna.
but Prabhu, you to see the Lord, you can't see the Lord with material eyes, right? You need spiritual eyes. So when the Lord is giving the darshan, then isn't it that He's also giving the ability of restoring your spiritual eye?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. When Lord has incarnated as a Lord, He is never material.
No, I'm saying not.
No. He is never material. So the person who is seeing will also get spiritual benefit.
So then it has to be then.
See, those who have seen Lord, I'm assuming they should have gone back definitely. Why I have to assume? It's already there, spiritual forms. So I'm just telling you, so we all have to, I'll have to do further research.
So there is an apparent contradiction. Bhīṣmadeva is praying to the Lord for salvation. Right. Normally it is said a pure devotee doesn't really want anything from the Lord except requesting for the service.
Okay, great point. Okay.
So how do we understand this?
Okay. So let's see what Bhīṣmadeva exactly prayed. Correct. So pure devotees do not pray for moksha. At the moment of death, let my ultimate attraction be to Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon Arjuna's chariot driver, who stood with a whip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, and who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. Where did Bhīṣmadeva ask for salvation?
Previous.
Huh?
somewhere.
In the previous verse,
So he's saying only I want your vision.
I want your vision. May He, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. May Bhagavan Mukundaha.
Come down to
On the battlefield, he charged me as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds.
My ultimate destination, that would
Huh?
mean.
Who is ultimate destination? Not salvation. My destination is May Bhagavan Mukundaha. My gatihi is Bhagavan Mukundaha. Not May gatihi Mukuti. May gatihi Mukti is not there. Right? May gatihi Bhagavan Mukundaha. But what I am trying to say here is this is for us. Because see, when we have to go back to Godhead, first step is we have to get liberated. Right? After getting liberated, then comes the other trainings, right?
it's in the translation or in the proper book.
Correct. Here in the word is the Mukundaha who awards salvation. Good question. So now again read the purports. We have to go back and see. See, Prabhupada is very careful when he is translating.
True.
Yeah, Ashok Prabhu.
So I have one question. Here it says that whoever were present in the battlefield and who saw Krishna got their original form.
Yes.
But apparently, as he said also, there is one different contradiction which I came to my mind. In the second chapter, he tells Arjuna that if you die, you will obtain the heavenly planets. If you lose the war. If you win the war, you get the kingdom. If you die, you reach the heavenly planets.
Correct.
There he is not talking about liberation.
Yeah, that's because he is bringing up the concept now. Okay.
Arjuna was in this stage, maybe at that time.
Correct. That's what. He's not declared himself to Arjuna that he is God. He declares this later on in the 7th, 8th, 9th chapters. Up to 6th chapter, where did Krishna declare that he is God? Correct? He's never declared, right? Of course, in the 4th chapter, he declares once. Ajopisan Abhyatma Bhutanami Sropisan.
Bro, this Mayavada and impersonalism. I thought it was the same.
No.
What's the difference?
In Mayavadis, they are proactively saying that form of the Lord can never exist. Impersonalists don't know form of the Lord exists. Okay? Impersonalists are ignorant. Mayavadis are ignorant plus offenders. They're positively saying it cannot exist. It can never exist here. They'll argue.
So in hierarchy, Mayavadis are higher.
No, in hierarchy, impersonalists are higher.
Impersonalists are
Impersonalists are higher.
They are high.
No, but impersonalists believe that Lord is impersonal. They believe that actually.
They believe a power.
They believe impersonal.
Because they don't know that Lord is
They don't
personal.
know, right.
Simple.
They believe in God too.
They believe in God, yeah.
They believe.
They
Superior.
give the superior power.
But
Prabhu,
they,
even in the Bhagavad Gita, there is one verse where Krishna says that Nirankar, I am Nirakar and all. So they go by that particular statement of the Lord. I mean, the way it has been again interpreted is different in the other Bhagavad Gitas.
Yeah, because we also say there is an impersonal feature of the Lord.
Yes.
But Lord is not impersonal himself. There is a feature of the Lord which is impersonal. Both exist. Personal and impersonal exist. Okay. So we'll end here. So those who are offline, after the session, after Prasadam, we'll meet sometime to discuss something very important. Those who are offline.